Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where, after what I can only describe as several very long months of yet doing a single proper music reaction, I think the time has come to pretty much be reintroduced into doing this. But you'll be forgiven and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm a little bit underdressed, so if excuse me, I've got to sort of get into character, so to speak, because Motorhead is. If there's one group I know fine well who deserves that, it's gotta be Motorhead, and I think I know just the thing for the occasion. God almighty, I don't think I've worn this in months. Now where was the was there something, is there something I'm missing, or? Here it is. It really is. It really does feel as if like we're just getting ready for work. But you know what? The reason sort of like why I wanted to get back into character, sort of like especially for doing Motorhead, is because I am aware that yesterday they did a special animated music video with Lemmy, with Motorhead and Ozzy Osbourne for Hellraiser's 30th release anniversary, which I'll probably do tomorrow anyway, and because Hellraiser is one of my favourites anyway, but I wanted to just talk about it more in detail. Speaking of talk about more things in more detail, the subject of tonight's video, it's literally just a cover of Metallica's Enter Sandman. But I think this is just going to be one of those case files about why on earth, if you're a keen fan of metal, Motorhead, just look no further. And just in case you didn't believe me before, well, you're about to find out why. So, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. It's like been nearly over 2 months since I last said those words, so let us begin. Enter Sandman in 3, 2, 1, and...
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son, to include everyone. Took you in, walk within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes. Leaving your pillow tight. Exit light. Enter night. Take my hand. We're off to Never Never Land. Something wrong, shut the light. Heavy thoughts tonight, and they all look so white. Dreams of war, dreams of liars, dreams of dragons fire, and the things that will fight. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light, enter night. Take my hand. We're off to Never Never Land. Now I lay me down to sleep.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Pray the Lord my soul to keep.
If I die before I wake,
If I die before I wake,
pray the Lord my soul to take.
pray the Lord my soul to take.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. And never mind the noise you heard. It's just the beasts under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Exit light, enter night. Rain of sand. Exit light. Enter night. Take my hand. We're up to Never Never Land. Sleep like a dead teacher.
Personally, ladies and gentlemen, I would say I think sometimes I wonder whether or not I should just summarize some of these covers by just saying, well, it's Enter Sandman covered by Motorhead. So how good can it possibly be? Tonight I have to say this, ladies and gentlemen, it's simply it's one of those songs where I feel like more people need to listen to it because of something very, very important that a lot of people take absolutely for granted in music. It's that you may be familiar with the saying variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's true, then Motorhead is the whole friggin' spice rack, because they've done covers to Iron Maiden, the Beatles. I'm pretty sure that maybe some Black Sabbath among them as well. I know fine well that And I can tell you absolutely this right now, I would not believe in any way, shape or form Lemmy meant this in any other way than just to showcase exactly what they can do. Because I heard Lemmy was a tremendous bloke when he was still alive. He would have been fucking 81 this year, god damn it. Even in his even when he was 73, he was still playing live like it was nobody's business. And only when that giant boil on the side of his cheek was only slightly smaller than a small moon. But by God, you know what? Whenever I can't even think of anything. Lemmy is basically just everything you need to know about Motorhead. Stiff black facial hair, a stiff, very thick voice, and basically a bulletproof heart. Friggin' some of the Lemmy goes into almost the rank of a legend because of some of the things that people have said about him. And I will absolutely go down in history, ladies and gentlemen, as being the sort of person who will absolutely say, for the record, that if I ever get comments or people say about me, Freddy Krueger lives in fear, knowing that I will appear in his dreams. If somebody could say that about me one of these days, long into the future or long after that I'm gone, then I think that will keep me, that'll keep me a little bit happy in heaven. If people could say shit like, I could just go through the comments immediately through this. Fun fact: when Lemmy installs Windows, Microsoft agrees to his terms and conditions. I agree. You know what? Friggin', I wonder what the meeting must have been like when Hetfield, Lars, when Newstead and Roderick. No, not Roderick. When the boys in Metallica, they were all sitting down. Maybe Bob Rock was involved as well in some way. I wonder what the negotiations were when Motorhead rolled up saying, "Can we use Enter Sandman? Can we just we'll just do our version of it?" I wonder if it was some way. I wonder if it almost escaped Hetfield's memory that they were the ones who did the song first. That would be. That's the only way I could imagine it. Trying to get anything past, because Lemmy, he was not stupid. He knew fine well. No, it's not just Lemmy. It's the whole of Motorhead for themselves. They knew fine well what they were doing. They knew exactly what it is, and you'll be given in thinking for how many members of Motorhead there were throughout the years, and Lemmy was staying with them well after he was snorting LSD and barely able to stay on stage while he was doing a Silver Machine. You'd be forgiven in thinking that, again, you needed anything else apart from what Lemmy gave. Lemmy gave absolutely his entire life to his work. He didn't suffer for his art, because what do you have to do to suffer to get a voice like Lemmy's, or to get a look as distinctive and as iconic as Lemmy's? And the Sex Pistols. I'm more than certain Motorhead did a cover of God Save the Queen as well. It's got to be straight up there. But speaking of up there, the people that leave comments to any song by Motorhead deserve a beautiful place in the world, because the very first comment you see, 28,000 upvotes, Metallica should cover this. Because that's a great point. And they did a cover of, I don't know whether this is Metallica's Whiplash, or it's an entire separate entity as well. In fact, I'm going to take a little snippet. I'm not listening to any more of that. It is absolutely Metallica's Whiplash. That their first real single. Motorhead stole it. I wouldn't mind having something stolen if I knew Motorhead were going to be doing it. Good Lord. And then, but let's just continue to some of these comments. Every night when Satan tries to sleep, he looks under his bed to see if Lemmy is there. Fucking right I am. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine Satan be any more afraid than if he knew he was there. played this to my son. He's my dad now. My son is a week old, and this is the only thing that is calming him down. That is a very, very talented son if you've got one who's only interested in Motorhead. Let's start a petition to get Lemmy the new Motorhead. You see, again, these are the people that loved Motorhead just as much as I do. These are the people that want to see Lemmy ascend to the ranks of God, or even in a very special position in that mythical church dedicated to heavy metal, where almost an entire Bible composed of some of the great things, from being 5 Minutes Alone by Pantera or learning how to play the game. Lemmy looks exactly like his voice. That's an underrated one. That is. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put that in there. Underrated comment. There you are. That's. And what's the even Metallica and Motorhead love each other, and that is true. I should point out, because Metallica even had Lemmy in one of their concerts. I'm absolutely convinced. I can't remember necessarily which one it was, but I know it was when Lemmy was rocking when he was 72 years of age. Think about that. Normal singers, I won't drink cold water. It's gonna hurt my throat. Lemmy, I have to sing now. I'm going to smoke 3 boxes of cigarettes and drink cold whiskey. I wonder if that whiskey must have thought it was having the time of its life. Damn. We're off to Neverland. Now, Lemmy, that sounds final. Absolute top bloke. I met him once very briefly. He prevented my mate and I getting our asses seriously kicked. Wow. I think that the presence, again, Motorhead brings when you hear something as a throat full of grit, a mind filled almost with pure evil, but it's not this sort of, it's not like Ted Bundy levels of evil. This is malevolent, delicious, the kind of this is an aristocrat of evil. That's what I'm gonna call Lemmy from now on, an aristocrat of evil. His voice, his entire presence screams evil. But when you get to know him, and when you get to realize that it's just a part of who he is, and when you begin to realize that, you know what, he will do whatever the hell he just wants to do. And people love him for that. They love how heavy his material is. They love how gritty and how very bleak some of his later material gets, especially God Won't Save You. But when you hear, and some of the stuff again from Motorhead is so beautiful. That's when you begin to realize that, you know what, Lemmy could probably do I Dream a Dream, and it would somehow be it'd be very, very eerie. I don't even know if you could even make I Dream a Dream sound eerie, but I'm afraid I'm just afraid to turn off the lights now, because the second I do, Lemmy is going to crawl out of my monitor and suddenly demand a cigarette. I'm scared to do that, but you know what? If he did, I think it would be slightly less surreal than something like Beetlejuice. And I honestly, God, I don't even really know if there's like anything else I need to say. It's friggin' Enter Sandman covered by Motorhead. What more do you need? Now, life suddenly seems worth living again. So anyway, I salute you, Lemmy. I salute you, Motorhead, and I salute every single fan the world over of Motorhead. You knew fine well this was just what it does what it says on the tin, but it gives you a little something extra as well. You know, it doesn't just give you It doesn't just slap the label on it, but it gives you Motorhead. It doesn't just give you a name. And that's what makes it so special. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to Enter Sandman by Motorhead. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Motorhead's poignant, prestigious cover of Enter Sandman for yourselves. And I will look forward to seeing you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.